All right. First question: can you name some attributes slash characteristics that managers need to be successful? Qualities that you would look for to replace if hiring for a manager.
I think for me, the major thing is being a team player. If you kind of single people out that you dislike, that doesn't work well. They know that they take everything personally. So you have to be level-headed and treat everyone as the same and look at everything as a whole. That way, everything works together. Everyone works together. Not one part is better than the other. We all have to come together at the end of the day so that we're, a united front. The other main thing is I like people that inspire the employees. If you go in there and tell them a good job, they tend to want to do a good job for you. If you ignore them, don't pay any attention to them, they're just showing up to do what needs to be done and they go home at the end of the day. So, keep the morale up, I think, is key in a managerial position.
Question 2: how do you deal with conflict within the organization between employees not showing up or showing up late, etc.?
We implemented a policy. It's basically kind of a 3 strikes you're out, and we went to that because before it was kind of like on the good old boy system. Tell you once not to do something, tell you again the second time, and then by the third time you're typically really angry and things escalate. So, when we hire, we kind of make them aware of that you have three chances when it comes to making mistakes. Showing up late, if there's a valid reason because things happen, you kind of waive that. But if there's no legitimate one, we will write you up, put it in your employee file. Second time, showing up late, whatever it may be, then again, you're warned that you essentially have one more chance. And then by third time, it's you're fired. You're no longer able to work for the company, because if someone's doing it that many times in a row, they're probably going to continue. The other thing is we have meetings a lot of times too, especially in our industry, construction and trucking. Tempers will flare because you've got a lot of men dealing with one another, and one wants it done one way, one wants it done another way, and they can't seem to agree upon it. So in situations like that, we'll typically call both employees in, talk to them separately, and then talk to them together to try to get everyone on the same page and get to the root of the problem. Oftentimes it's not a big deal. It's just something that has escalated out in the field that, you need to get back down to the basics and get everyone on the same page.
Okay. Question 3: would you consider yourself more as a manager or as a leader?
I would say manager because of my duties. I'm kind of restricted to the office, so I don't deal a lot with one-on-one employee contact. We have some lower management is typically the ones out there dealing with personnel on a regular basis. So, everything regarding me comes from here. So they know, my position, and if there's a huge problem and or, a question that they can't get answered by their immediate supervisor, they will call me. But yeah, I'm definitely more in the manager role than leader role.
Is there any advice that someone gave you that has really had an impact on your managing or leadership style?
Yes, I'm very bad about wanting to control every little aspect of the company, and I have learned over the years that it oftentimes complicates things. So the first thing was learning to delegate. You put people in a manager or supervisor position so that they can do just essentially that. They can oversee their division, oversee their people. Well, if you are going over them, and dealing with their people directly without keeping them in the loop, it just creates a disaster. So that's been probably the major thing that I've learned is put people in their position, let them do their job, and then, if they can't get to the final result they want or they need help, then come to me and or the other owner.
What are the most challenging parts of your job, and how do you resolve them?
Back to what I said before, I still have a difficult time handing off duties, just because when you're in a higher position, people like to hear from you, even though they probably shouldn't be calling you for, all things. So say I get a phone call of someone wanting a truck for a job. Well, I can facilitate that, but it really needs to go down to the dispatcher who oversees all of the trucks and drivers. So it's hard to hand those little things off because I want to see to it that, it's handled and taken care of because I was the initial point of contact. But again, I hire people and put them in that role to handle those things, and my time is better spent doing my job. So that's probably the most challenging part, is just staying out of some stuff and letting everyone do what they need to do.
All right, thank you.
Y'all welcome.